The views and opinions expressed on From the Mouths of Madness are that of the panel and not of the Geeks Under the Influence Network or their sponsors, Amazon.com and tpublic.com. Listeners, beware. Coming straight from the Mouths of Madness, I am one of the hosts, Lowdown. With me as always is...
F.U. Hunter. What's up, you William Shatner mask-wearing motherfuckers?
You crispy critters.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little singed.
I still just love
a little
the
hot
fact...
on the collar, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just saying I still love the fact that, like, that mask, like, from OG, even burnt to a crisp, just doesn't lose the creepiness. And it's William Shatner's fucking face.
I know.
Like,
and when you see the original mask, you're like, oh, that looks terrible.
Yeah.
Who thought to paint that white?
That's what I'm saying. That was so genius.
Diet brown.
Yeah.
Like, who the fuck thought of that? Because that mask looks like
but
shit.
It works. It just works.
It works. Yeah. All right, so we're going to call it out. Again, I know Hunter doesn't like this, and I personally don't either because you're going to see the fucking title. Spoilers. Anything I say after this, it's on you.
Yeah.
Spoilers. On the chopping block tonight, we're going to be talking about the new 2021, supposed to release last year.
I was going to say,
damn it.
Was 2020, now 2021.
Halloween Kills.
Yep.
That's right. Fucking A. Halloween Kills. Finally, we got our part 2 of the Blumhouse, David Gordon Green, Danny McBride. Who's the other writer? I forget.
Some other guy, yeah.
Yeah. He's also a very vital role.
I know. I don't have his name in front of me. So
exactly.
But thank you, person that I can't think of name.
Yeah. Yes, you are equally important and a part, and we love you. We finally got chapter 2 of their trilogy. Yeah, we're gonna dig into that. Talk about some little surprises that not everybody might know. And I didn't even dig for this. I just randomly came across it while I was just reading some articles. You know, once I see the movie, I'll read some articles about it because they all contain spoilers.
Now it's safe. Yeah.
Now it's safe. So there's some cool stuff they did in this movie. I'll give them that.
I'll throw this out there real quick, that they decided to screen this because, you know, they had a finished copy last year. So when you got to some of the festivals, they decided to kind of show this at some of the festivals. And this is where you had the division of the film critics and the horror film critics. Mm-hmm. Because the film critics were like,
shit.
Ugh. All he's doing is killing a fuck ton of people. There's not a lot of, you know, this or that. And, you know, and just bitching. And then all the horror film critics are like, dude, all he's doing is killing a bunch of motherfuckers. And it's just this division where they're communicating the same thing. But one critic's like, I didn't see character build up. I didn't see this. The other one's like, dude, you should have seen the way he kills half these motherfuckers. Like,
yeah, you're right.
Just two different things.
And the thing is, the fact if someone's saying, you know, I haven't read any negative reviews. Well, I've seen a couple. And to their point, and we will get into that, some of them are valid. I don't think it's valid for the rating they gave them, but the points are valid.
Yeah.
It's a
bit.
Yeah, it's like, it's a fucking horror movie. Like, what the fuck? Like, it's about an escaped mental patient who puts on a mask and kills people.
I'll say for myself personally, I cautiously went into 2018. I've been hurt.
Who you telling?
I know.
Who you telling?
Yeah, it's because we've trusted a few times.
Michael, my
and
dude.
We've gotten hurt. It's that uncle. You're like, I don't know, man. You keep like, fucking me over with the.
Did he get me the present I want for Christmas, or is he inviting me into his basement?
Exactly.
Which uncle are we getting here?
And so going into 2018, and man, I mean, blown away. We've talked about it on a prior episode, just how fucking amazing 2018's Halloween is.
We could jizz all over that all day.
And so the problem is going into this is that I am already so up on the prior movie that I get paranoid. My expectations are just going to go too far up.
Yeah. Yeah, I agreed. I was so stoked, but I was so stoked on this film because of how just elated I was with my fears when I walked out of 2018.
Yeah,
like when I walked out of the first time viewing that in theaters, I was so nervous. But walking out of that theater, I was just like, "Fuck yes!" Now I will start this with saying we talked about the critics. It's only like Rotten Tomatoes only gave it like a critics rating of 58%, which is bullshit.
Yeah.
It's fucking bullshit. But I will say, before we go into this, in my opinion, it is not as good as 2018.
Yeah.
And that's not saying it's a bad movie.
The problem is
it's just not as good as 2018.
But I had to watch it a second time just to kind of, because you get the hype mode and you get the, like, sometimes overcritical because you're so that I watched it that second time to kind of absorb everything and look at it kind of more as a movie than this hype machine that I've been waiting fucking 2+
exactly,
or a year.
That extra
for.
year even it affects it even more because you had to wait a whole other year of
Exactly.
hype. Like you're already fiending after a year, and now you have to wait another year. And now we only have to wait a year for ends.
Yeah.
Like,
God,
it's like,
oh man,
that's just weird. It's weird. But anyway, we can start digging into this. So I was surprised that Hawkins was still alive. I don't know how you get stabbed in the jugular.
Well, I'll be honest. I thought 2 last words. He must die, and then dead.
Yeah.
But he's like, he must die. Can you hold this? Because there's blood shooting out of my neck.
Gotta kill him. I'm like, what the
I'm
fuck?
like, it must have been really close.
Yeah.
Plus, I could be wrong, but I thought he got run over.
He did. He did get run over. You heard a clunk.
And that's what I was confused.
It could have been thought of as the running over the curb. Because they were over the curb.
I've watched it.
I know.
All are like,
the car was directly in front of Hawkins. It was directly in front of Hawkins. So when Sartain drives away, it's like
it was him, man. I think they just went, well, we didn't show you him getting completely run over.
It's a loophole.
So
it's a loophole.
But it must have been goddamn like a minute or so from them driving away from, because seriously, like, that's a lot of blood shooting out of him for
if you think about
him to talk, let alone still be alive.
And if you think about it probably was, because everything was kind of, especially at the beginning, a lot of things were happening simultaneously, around the same time.
That is true. I remember when I saw the Trevor Hollow kills, and we saw that shitty ass fuckhead, boyfriend was, going to be in this. I got a little giddy because
they wrote him a bit of an arc. Like, you didn't realize that his dad, by writing in Lonnie being one, because the flashback. We'll get to that. They wrote in his dad having had an encounter with Myers the same night when he was a kid trick-or-treating. Yeah. And that Michael Myers has fucked his family up too. Like, that might have been the reason why his mom left. They don't go into that. You don't know. His dad just might be fucked up. And then you realize that he's not a bad person because all he cared about was getting to Allison. Yeah. That's all he cared about, and cared about helping her. But, so, like, as the movie goes on with his character, I think you get an arc, and I think they had to do that because when he gets it, it's not nice.
Can we give it up to adult Lonnie, by the way?
No shit.
Because that kid, I mean, just from what we saw in the OG movie, those kids fucking pig on him, and fucking his pumpkin gets fucking smashed. Then we cut to him in the flashback in this one. What's happening? He's getting picked on again, right? And then that motherfucker runs into goddamn Michael Myers. Like, after all these kids are like, the boogeyman's gonna get you, he literally was face to face with that. The fact adult Lonnie is not like having a heroin needle just hanging out of his fucking arm, going, it makes the bad man go away. Yeah. Props, dude. Yeah. Because that dude had some fucking childhood trauma all in the span of one fucking day. All right.
Yeah. Well,
my kid actually gets a kind of pass for being an asshole because dad had some shit. I'm just saying.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, and I mean, well, all those kids, I mean, all the survivors, Lindsay and, Tommy as well, like, they were, I feel like, very well rounded for what they went through as adults.
Tommy, I think it starts to come out.
He had some repressed rage.
Let's just say, it starts to come out like, there's he has a very impassioned speech in front of everybody.
Good speech, by the way.
Great speech.
Great speech.
But the men, they're like, and they start realizing, I think his car's like, give me the bat. And he's already beating the shit out of this stranger's car, just like, get out of here, motherfucker. You're like, dude, you got some shit to work out, dude.
Side note, like, I noticed this the second time watching the film, that when he starts the car, the song that's playing is the opera song. I forget the name. All I know is they say Figaro. Yeah. You remember the intro to Halloween?
He's like,
Figaro. I was like, oh, okay, that's cute. I got you. I didn't notice that the first time, but I thought that was really cool. There's a lot of little stuff like that.
It is a little distracting seeing the nerd from Breakfast Club as the angry build-up motherfucker in Tommy.
He was also in the Dead Zone series.
That's true. And Dark Knight.
He did well in that. He did well in Dark Knight.
Yeah.
Really well in Dark Knight, actually.
And I met him at a con. He's a cool motherfucker.
Nice.
Yeah.
Michael Hall is a super nice dude, man.
And that's why I think he gets roles like this, just because they're like, hey, like, I would almost think that with the people in here that they met him at a con. Because you've got different people that have been on the con circuit that are in this movie. And they said, hey, if you're casting a role, throw a bone to my dude, man, because he's fucking awesome.
Truth.
It pays to be fucking a nice guy in Hollywood, man.
Bringing up the survivors of that night as a huge part, of that film, that flashback. Now, I didn't know that there was going to be a flashback, and it wasn't an intentional spoiler, and it wasn't one that pissed me off.
Right.
But following Monster Mania and their expo they're doing at the end of October, they announced that they were going to have 2 special Halloween Kills celebrity guests. And I'm like, okay, Jamie Lee Curtis? Like, who? Are they big? Like, what? Anyway, and like 2 days before the release of the film, they released Aaron Armstrong. And he's the one that played 1978 Michael. So they had a picture of OG Michael mask, and I was like, holy fuck, it's a flashback.
Yep.
It's like, sweet. So, and I wasn't even mad about it, because it was just, there's some dude who played Michael. Now, when I was watching the film, both times, I was like needlepoint watching his movements, because James Drew Courtney had to play an older version of Nick Castle's Myers. This dude had to play Nick Castle the exact same night.
I thought he did a
good job.
good job,
dude.
When he
was a little faster. He was a little faster.
But when the cop gets shot and then he turns and just walks away, it was very, very close to, like, when he turns and just, like, straight ahead, and you don't matter, bye-bye, and just straight ahead walk, and it was that slow pacing, like, casual walk with him. So.
Yeah, he had, I mean, like, the scene when young Hawkins runs into him in the alley, and he, tells the other one to stop, and Michael just stops and turns around, and then Hawkins goes to shoot, and Michael just, again, very just robotic, and walks. You're like, fucking awesome.
And I was a little bit worried about them doing the flashback, because 2018 they just go, he fucking got captured. That's all there's to it. The one thing I was really kind of impressed with is that they made it seem like the film stock from OG Halloween. Like, there is a difference in quality, like the
grit. There's a grit that seems like, and you can.
And I was impressed with that.
I've heard about that. There is a grit.
Yeah.
Well, the biggest surprise is after he shoots his buddy cop instead of Michael, and the cops show up, and he's hearing he's here. The evil is here.
Has he killed again? Has he?
Tell me, has he killed again?
That was a little distracting. I'll be honest. And I'll be honest. I thought they were going to have Loomis shadow kind of over his face, but they're like, we've got the technology. We got a guy that's kind of round like him. Let's CGI his face. So
actually, it's Dr. Loomis's body was played by a guy named Tom Jones Jr.
Right.
Who actually looks like Donald Pleasance.
Right. But isn't that CGI, or am I?
There is a little CGI to kind of round it out, but like him naturally looks like Donald Pleasance.
All right.
And
because he looked a little heavier in the face. I'll give
it's like they took Loomis from 6 and how heavy he was.
Was it distracting as Grand Moff from fucking Rogue One? No, not anywhere close to it.
Oh Jesus!
It was a quick scene,
Yeah.
And he was saying stuff that Loomis would say, like, "How's he killed? We must stop." And you get into Loomis right there was like execution time, motherfucker.
Yeah.
And
I reloaded, bitch.
And Hawkins.
Dumbass.
Dumb motherfucker.
Dumbass.
So you know what? He should kind of take it on that he was like, don't kill the innocent person. Nope.
That's somebody's child. Fuck that.
No.
Fuck that.
No.
So I was going to say the voice of Loomis was the same guy they cast to do the audio in 2018 from the tapes. And it's Colin Mahan.
Right.
Mahan, whatever. So he just does an impersonation, and they just dubbed it over Tom Jones Jr.'s mouth, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, for what it was solid. It definitely was.
It wasn't distracting.
You said it was a little distracting.
I mean, but it wasn't pulled me out of the movie.
Yeah, no.
I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, oh, they actually showed his face. That was what distracted me, is I just assumed you're going to see silhouette or shadow, bald head, trench coat, and you go, we all know who that is. So I was like, wow, they're going for it. They put him at the bottom of the stairs, light right on his face. So
I think that they made a little more over the top than how Loomis was in the first film. Like, Loomis was very, like, he's evil, but like that. A lot of people remember Loomis from the sequels, how it got progressively worse.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so you took Loomis from like 5 or 6 and brought him back to the same night as 1.
Well,
in 1,
two especially. I mean,
oh yeah, he was over the top in 2. Yeah, he was like.
Do we not address that he pretty much murdered a child who was unfortunately wearing the same costume as the guy who was hunting?
It was Ben Tramer.
They're like, Ben Tramer's like,
Ben Tramer.
And they're like, well, accidents happen. No, dude. Loomis caused that dude to fucking.
There he is.
Yeah. And no charges were ever brought up.
Nope.
Just like.
He walked in front of moving traffic. I mean, it wasn't Loomis's fault.
Loomis is above the law. I'm throwing that out there. Little Easter egg. When you watch OG Halloween, when he pulls up to the facility to talk to, I guess,
Sheriff Brackett?
Not Sheriff Brackett.
The doctor. The head doctor of the facility.
Loomis parks in a handicap spot.
Gives no fucks.
Yep. He's above the law, dude.
Above the law.
He's above the law. I watched that and went, that motherfucker pulled in a handicap spot. I know he doesn't have a sticker.
But yeah, so they definitely made him. Like if it was the same night, yeah, he might have been scared, but I don't think we would have immediately propelled to like that level.
Well,
he did shoot him 6 times.
He did shoot him in the original, and then he got up, so he's like, well, headshot should fucking do it, you know?
Yeah. So, but all in all, that flashback was awesome. It was a great addition to the film. It was something I wasn't expecting, so that was nice. And the other thing, this never occurred to me, and I'm so mad at myself. I like logistics, and it was a logical thing to do because Michael's not an idiot. The whole time I had an extra year to think about it and be pissed that I couldn't see the movie last year was how the fuck has he survived the fire? No shit, there's a whole fucking empty gun locker now. God damn it.
I love the reveal of that.
Oh, I was so
because
pissed.
The firefighter's down there, and you're like, well...
Michael's down there somewhere.
And you're like, I don't know where he would hide. The whole place on fire. And that fucking gate comes up, and I was like, oh, shit.
That's what he said. He was like, oh, shit.
Yeah, but I'm saying, as I didn't even think about it either, he's a crafty motherfucker. Like,
he's not stupid.
Yeah.
And like they had emptied the guns out to attack him, so like it was empty.
Yeah. Oh, there's plenty of room now. Now these shotguns aren't in here.
But I mean, like this so genius. So all it took was him leaving the staircase because they ran off and didn't watch him.
Yeah.
Walking down the stairs through the fire, which is where you get the singe from, and he's like, "Oh, opening with metal door that fire can't get through." Hey, shunk. Like that. It was just brilliant. I
want to go into a high point of this movie.
You talking about the firefighter scene?
Just in general, we can say firefighter scene. The kill count.
Oh fuck, dude.
It's off the fucking charts. One of the things I love about the Hatchet series is they just go, everybody you meet, they're gonna die. Some are gonna have some crazy fucking deaths. This same way pretty much goes. Pretty much everybody you meet, they're gonna fucking die.
They're gonna die, and they're gonna die bloody.
Yeah,
they're not nice. Like, and you understand the first kill when he comes out and he takes the fireman pry bar and he bashes it through the fucking helmet, and then it's the pull out, and there's this gaping fucking hole in the dude's head. You're like, yeah, all right, here we go.
When the cops show up after the fact, and it's
you see the buzzsaw thing, you see what happened,
but we forget. Oh yeah, this is the same house with the man-o-lantern. So their first look at the man-o-lantern, I was like, oh yeah, I'll add that to the fuck ton of firefighters that are fucking dead.
And Sartain's dead down the road. Fucking the husband's dead. Like. All these other bodies that were already there prior to the carnage that happened with the
dude
first
from,
responders.
Rescue Me. And I was like, oh, you're so fucked, dude. And by the way, I like how this one kind of said that Michael Myers is like, look, I could kill you with a knife, but it's 2021. Let's use a little initiative. Takes the fucking fluorescent bulb,
dude,
stabs her, and you hear blood draining out of the fucking tube. Yeah, and I was like, that's fucking badass.
That's so fucking sick. It was... Like, she was ready to go until she saw him break it. I feel like it would have been different if he had just, like, grabbed a knife and went after her. She might have fought back, but it's like, I'm going to take this. Yeah. She's like, this motherfucker is, what?
Yeah.
Like, and then bash,
now,
stab.
That scene also brings up a question. Did Michael have any kind of OCD tendencies that I never saw in any other movies?
That was just enjoyment,
because
I feel like.
It almost seemed like to him, he saw nine knives.
So I must stab them.
9 knives in the cutting board. He's like, oh, wow, usually I only see like 5 or 6. Well, let's try 1 and 2. Because that dude just keeps putting knife. Dude was already dead.
Yeah.
All he's doing, and I was just like, is this some kind of OCD thing? And Michael's like, okay, 9 knives. I got to put 9 knives in him. Like before he walked away.
It's the way that Courtney portrays it. Like, he just looks back, he's like, and then he reaches, shunk, funk, ooh, shunk, funk.
He just slaps.
Well, he only ever has access to 1. Normally, there's only normally he usually gets it in the kitchen when it's just like out and around, and he doesn't.
Somebody's cutting a tomato, or some shit,
and, like, cutting a ham in Halloween 2, or like Laurie had it in the first one.
Yeah,
so like he had a whole magnetic strip of knives. I mean, if there's a knife, he would use it. We saw that with the couple with the charcuterie fucking knife.
I know.
Big John, Little John, Big John,
Big John, Little John. The dude from Ad TV,
dude. Yeah. Have you seen the memes coming out about that already?
No.
So the big baby he played, like, it's got him in a sleepy onesie on a couch with his foot out. He used to wag it, and it's like someone imposed Michael under his foot, and it says stop.
Yeah. Hey, stop it.
Don't.
But very much the high point of this movie is not just the volume of kills, but some of the ways he does it.
God damn, dude! I thought they got innovative in the 2018. So I will give this. Like, I actually wrote down some. I mean, we talked about the buzzsaw to the head. I love how all you see is blood squirting from the point of view of the firefighter. You don't see the carnage until that's the big gaping hole in the head that you first see when they show up to the aftermath. I'm like, God damn. Like, oh. And the stabbing the husband in the fucking eye.
Yep.
That shit was awesome.
Yeah.
And like, I remember the second time I saw it, like with my wife, it happened. I was like, I just kind of went, yeah. And she's like, oh, yeah, okay. Fuck yeah, that was awesome. I'm like, yeah, that was so good.
Plus, we pretty much have a Tucker and Dale moment when the chick that's like, I'm at the shooting range every weekend. You get him anywhere near me, and she runs towards him. And here's the thing: at the end of the night, they're like, Michael Myers has killed like 32 people, and Michael Myers goes, 31. The car door technically killed her.
Well, the bitch killed herself.
But that's what I'm saying.
She wanted to go all fucking Compton and use one fucking hand.
He threw that fucking door.
Never shoot a gun one-handed, you dumbass.
Yep.
That would have stopped that. You hold the gun with two hands, and then you don't shoot yourself in the fucking.
But it's a Tucker Dale moment because literally he throws open that door and the gun literally she's pulling the trigger right back in the face.
Dude,
technically he didn't kill her.
He didn't kill her. Yeah. Right? He didn't. It's funny. The first night I mean both times I did, but the first night I like laughed uncontrollably.
Yeah.
At that scene, and my son was like, "Dad, stop!" I'm like, "This shit's fucking funny. She's an idiot."
Now
I will say. Another thing that they show you in this film is when the nurse takes the whole speech is like, hey, this is for Dr. Loomis, Michael, and shoots. Now, you have a concealed carry, which the max you're going to have in those is 5. I don't even know if she shot 5 times. She might only shot 4. Bitch, that's why you carry a semi-auto.
Yep.
A concealed carry semi-auto has, I think the minimum I've seen in a 9mm is like 8. Like, you carry guns with more bullets, and you would have been dead. He would have been dead right there. But no, you got to go with your little revolver.
But we'll bring up a little bit.
His head. A
headshot.
Come on, a headshot.
We'll get into this a little bit about that. But the other top thing for me, most people know I'm a huge Halloween 3 fan. They had a slight cameo of the mask in 2018. This one, though.
You see the same kids being douchebags.
Yeah. But you get a good slow crawl to the 2 victims. He's put the mask on. And then I was like, all right, there's 2 masks. And then it cuts to the swing, and you go slowly pan up, and there's a witch mask. And I was like, thank you so much. And here's something else I learned in this movie. There's artistic side to Michael Myers. You don't see it. It's a deleted scene, but he keeps the camera in his back pocket because he's always fucking posing his victims. He's not just killing them and stuffing them and whatever. That was the merry-go-round and the swing. That's like posing. And then later on, the 2 gentlemen that are in his house, you see the photo, and then when it cuts to both of their bodies, he's posed them. There's a little bit of Michael that's like artistic. I think he's taking photos for his collection.
I mean, in the 78 film, he poses what's her face with the tombstone.
Is this something we just never really knew about it? There's a dark room somewhere of all these like, I like how I got this angle here. Like, I'm just saying he does a lot of posing. He could just run away or go after other victims. He's like, I got about 10 minutes to spare. What do I want to do with these bodies?
Yeah, I mean, maybe. I will say.
I've learned a lot more about Michael Myers in this movie, about the OCD, about him, the artistic side that we just don't see, all right?
You don't understand. This is art. I'm just trying to make art. I'm not evil. But that followed after the car scene. They were in Lindsay's car. Lindsay had ran away with the kids. And you get a really intense scene, which I really liked with just moonlight. In the tree line when like Michael's trying to find her.
When she's hiding?
Dude,
the tension in that scene is really good.
So good.
Because she will not fucking stop. Like, I know you're scared and you're freaked out, but
your adrenaline's up, dude.
I understand. But when you're like, guess what? You're not quiet.
Yeah.
And you're lucky you're next to a noisy fucking creek, which is, I guess, what saved her fucking ass.
Yeah, if it hadn't been a creek, she would have fucking died.
She's not like breathing hard. Yeah, she was running, but she's like, and I'm like, stop. Could you just like cover your mouth, like think the
Please
thoughts?
Stop.
Yeah.
Stop that.
She lugged out.
Now, tidbit, there is a Nick Castle cameo in this film as well. We all know in 2018 is when Laurie first looks up at the room and sees the shape, reflection in the mirror. That one scene is Nick Castle. Now, they have not released which scene is Nick Castle's cameo in Kills. But they did release that he does all the breathing.
Okay.
So that whole scene when you're hearing him breathe in the woods,
right?
That's him. That's Nick Castle.
I wonder if that's him on the bridge.
Maybe.
Last shot of the movie, possibly.
Oh, that'd be sweet.
Last shot of the movie.
That was a 6 shot too.
That's what I'm saying.
That's like boner shot. Oh god.
If you're gonna get Nick Castle in one scene,
that's the shot.
Last shot of the movie is probably the best one.
That's true.
Yeah.
But he did do and you don't have a lot of breathing from Michael in the film. I mean, they do it when they stop the music right before a kill. Like, a kill's going to happen. but they do the misdirection, and then Michael slams out of somewhere. Like,
Yeah.
Rachel jumped at like 2 scenes, and I was like, yeah, it's fair enough, because like the scene when he jumps out in the flashback, right?
Right.
Like, that's a harsh scene. But the scene when he jumps out at Cameron, that shit was fucking like,
Oh yeah.
that was brutal. But anyway, that scene when he's chasing Lindsay, yeah, you hear the music stops and you start to hear his breathing, and then the whole time he's looking for her. And you were talking about her breathing, but really all you hear Michael's breathing
Exactly.
the whole time. And it's fucking awesome. Just that little shit like that is just so well done, you know? Because the breathing thing they went away from in the original timeline of sequels.
That is true.
They went away from that. It was like a little bit in 2, but after like 4, 5, 6, H2O, Resurrection.
No.
Yeah, that's a bastardized fucking movie. Anyway, I just thought that was really cool to know that Nick Castle still has a cameo in this film.
Yeah.
He's worried about it getting cut. Because Tony Moran was supposed to have a cameo too. Remember that when they do one of the flashbacks, they show her do take the mask off, and that in the original film was Tony Moran. Well, they cut right before you see his
Exactly.
face.
Oh, there's a whole point where there's a TV and they show the one escaped inmate.
Oh, that was awesome.
And then
That was awesome.
And then as they're bringing in Michael Myers, the camera
Zooms out.
Dude. I was like, nice.
It's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, I will say, in that same scene, they show the victims like PJ Souls, and then they get to a photo of Bob, the boyfriend who stabbed against the
glasses.
Guess who that is?
No.
That actor had not done a movie since Halloween, so 40 years. So they had trouble getting the rights to it, like an image or like a scene of him being killed. And David Gordon Green went on the internet and just started scouring. I think he said he looked up Bob's, actually. And he came across a high school photo of Bob Odenkirk. That is
that
fucking
it?
Bob Odenkirk.
I
dude.
heard there was a slight random cameo by him.
That is
That's
a high school photo
That's
of Bob
awesome.
Odenkirk. Isn't that fucking?
That's
now
pretty
he's
awesome.
technically a Michael Myers victim.
Yeah.
By the way, shout out to Bob Odenkirk. He has suffered a small heart attack earlier this year on the set of Better Call Saul. We wish him well. We love the show. We love Mr. Show Bob. We love his career.
Yeah.
He's an amazing. Like, if you guys don't know him outside of Better Call Saul or Fargo, season 1, like, go check out his other shit. Like Nobody,
Dude,
the new
Nobody.
movie, Nobody.
Yeah, came out this past year.
But
fucking Nobody's
Mr. Show
fucking
Bob
badass.
and David's fucking amazing skit comedy show. So, side note, not new at Halloween, but he is in it, so I figured I would reference that.
All right, so I've brought up high points. I didn't know if there's anything else
I'll bring up a low point, man. This is the harshest point of the fucking movie, dude.
All right.
When that other inmate kills himself, that was rough, dude. I felt really bad.
I got a little tedious. It got a little tedious with the mob situation, and I understand what
Yeah.
they're trying to go with, but after a while, yes, we get the point. Yes, they're angry and stuff like that, and I can see where that they're showing the results of the mob mentality of literally
You turn
this
yourself
inmate.
into a monster.
Yeah.
That's what you're doing. You're turning yourself into a monster. But I felt they focused so hard on him. He went to the hospital asking for help. And they're like, oh, that's Myers. And then the people that actually know Michael Myers say that's not him.
Yeah,
And then he's running and he just wants help. And Karen was so nice to him, locked him up, and they were breaking through. And then you just see his slow descent until I have only one option.
yeah.
And like that, by the way, the practical effects of his body
Holy
afterwards.
shit.
Holy fuck.
You know how I felt about that. There was arms and legs, places they
brains
shouldn't be.
everywhere,
Yeah.
dude. But
I would say
I felt bad for him.
there was a moment though that I thought was almost a blown opportunity. All right, because again, Laurie's daughter makes it up there first.
Allison, yeah.
Yeah, and she goes over there.
Oh, Karen's
and
the daughter.
she sees he's hiding around the side, and she offers. She's like, "I'm gonna help you," and she offers her hand, and he grabs her hand. And I was thinking, man, if that was Michael right there, that would have been fucking amazing.
No, I felt.
Did you know what I mean? Like,
I felt Rachel tense up. She's like, "Oh fuck, no, that's him."
because you never
That's him.
see, you just see the hand,
You see his shoe.
right?
Michael wears a boot. Sorry,
But I'm just saying,
he never changes his shoes.
I'm just saying that would have been an amazing. If she's like, "Here's my hand," and he went, "Oh, cool. Can I just rip your arm off now, or stab you in the face? Like, why would you so easily
Yeah.
come to me like that?" But yeah, no, it was just the other,
Inmate, and it sucks that had to happen to him to show the townspeople. Like, so if they had condensed some of the mob running, I would have been a lot happier. And in the same instance, the continuous evil. Everyone thinks they're the ones that need to fucking kill Michael. Shut the fuck up
Yeah.
and just kill him. Like,
the
I
chant.
must kill him. Oh, no, it's like Jamie's like, I'm the one that's got to kill him. Hawkins is like, I'm the one that's got to kill him.
Yeah.
And like, everyone's like, I'm the one
Everyone's-
that's got to kill him. Like, shut the fuck up and go
I
kill
know
him.
Tommy's like, "I owe him one." Like,
Yeah.
dude, you didn't do shit,
And
man.
at first, it's cool because he goes up and he's really sweet. He's like, Lori, I got you. Because, 40 years ago, you protected me, and now I'm going to protect him. Like, that was awesome. If they had cut him
But-
from saying anything else after
what
that.
really, really, it was almost like watching an episode of The Office in that scene, because you get the scenes before that where she's high-fiving Hawkins. She's like, burn that motherfucker. He's dead. I won. And they're high-fiving. They're having a good old time. And then runs in fucking Tommy. He's like, okay, Lori, I'm going to take care of him. He escaped from the fire. I'm going to take, and she's like, wait, what? And I'm like, oh, dude, she was all drugged up and high and high-fiving Hawkins. And this dude rolls in. He's like, Michael's alive. So I just shit on your fucking day. And I'm going to take care of it, though. Like, God damn it, dude.
He didn't know that Karen was lying to her.
I know.
He didn't know that Karen was lying to her.
But that was so painful. Like earlier when she's just high-fiving Hawkins about that. But us as an audience knows that that's not true.
No.
You get early in the movie where Lori's talking and she's like, we did it. We beat him. And you're like, no. As an audience, we know, no, that's not true. Oh.
And fucking Karen fucking lies.
Mm-hmm.
So.
The big one I want to throw out there, that the thing that just, it's hard for me to ignore is 2018 says everything, it's OG Halloween and then 2018. Nothing else matters. None of the other Halloweens are factored into this at all. And they established most of 2018, Michael Myers is not the boogeyman. He's just a person. He's a fucked up person, right? They stress that he's not inhuman. He's not, or superhuman, you know. And then the end of this one, motherfucker should be dead. All right, he got shot, stabbed so many fucking times. And again, if you want to say he's Jason or that kind of scenario, that's fine. But you established so much in 2018 that he wasn't like the Michael Myers and all the sequels, that, dude, just don't do so much shit to him that should kill anybody. Yes. Anybody. He gets shot 6 times in the chest, stabbed with a pitchfork. How many times did he stab with a knife? I mean, like...
Well, so, I mean, there are cases of people that find this thing, and if Michael's just always there, like, one thing we know for sure is Michael's pissed. He's like, yo, bitch tried to set me on fire. Fuck her. Like, we got angry Michael in this movie. The whole time.
Yeah, but you still need blood.
Yeah.
That blood has to stay in your body in order for you to keep doing shit, all right?
You cannot literally walk around without oxygen.
That many holes, all right?
Yeah.
You know the strainer, the spaghetti strainer, like that many holes, take water and pour it, it goes out everywhere. That's Michael Myers' body at the end of Halloween Kills. That dude has so many holes from gunshots, pitchforks, knives. The blood's everywhere, right?
Yeah. Unless he has like really thick blood and he's like, I don't like, he's got a very high hemoglobin count.
If Halloween Ends shows him pull up and he's got Kevlar, he's got something, you know, and he didn't take all those shots and stabs and all that. All right, awesome.
So, okay, here's a good thing. Why wouldn't he killed in 2018, he killed 3 cops right there at the thing. Why like,
maybe that's what it is. That would help me out.
That would have been smart to say Michael again isn't a fucking idiot and he puts on a fucking vest.
Yeah,
like that would
because I will say this to help your argument. Nobody headshotted that motherfucker.
No, and but I also understand what you're saying. Like you're right. Like now we're on Halloween 2 territory.
Yeah,
like OG 81 Halloween 2,
and it
where he's
bother me except they stress so much in 2018. This dude is just a human being who just fucked up in the head.
But I do believe, and we just rewatched this at the con, but we were also partying. So, but I'm pretty sure that
he gets
Laurie
shot.
Still says he's the boogeyman.
Yeah,
in 2018. Like, as the movie goes on, like, the scene you're talking about, it was at the beginning. As the movie goes on, she is, adamant that he is, the boogeyman.
I mean, the one lesson we learned is, she fucking blew his fingers off. They didn't regenerate. If anything, I just start chopping his hands off. He can't grab anything to kill you with.
He can't stab you if you don't have an arm.
He might be able to nub you to death. I don't know, but it's going to be a lot harder, right?
Oh, God.
He probably pound you with his nubs.
Is that like the Halloween porn version? It's like, I'm going to nub you to death?
Pretty much, yeah. I'm just saying, he would take the nub and put it in somebody's face over and over again and kill them.
He would.
Yeah.
Totally would.
But take his hands away.
Yeah, take his hands away.
Obviously, his fingers can come off.
That's a good idea. The culmination at the end was the way it worked. So Lonnie, Allison, and Cameron go in. They figured out, based off where the kills have happened throughout the rest of the night, where he's going. Back to his house. So, I've got to say, top kill I didn't mention was Big John's death. Holy fuck.
Oh, you mean where he goes eyeballs,
brains.
eyeballs, and he just keeps going. Because you expect, all right, he's dead.
No, brains come out.
He just keeps going,
brains
man.
Come out.
It's almost like he was trying to, what's in this head? Like, he wanted to pop it open and see if there's a prize inside.
It's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And I got to say, Little John's response to it after he cried, he sees him, he's like, you came home. Like, he was just like, oh, because he's standing in the same spot. It was like, oh, and then he's like, I'm dead. I'm dead anyway. Other than that, I'm dead.
I could, no, just kill me.
Yeah, he's like, what am I going to do? when they went to the Myers house, Lonnie, Cameron, and Allison, Lonnie goes in first because, he's like, oh, I lied. I didn't go in when I was a kid. He's scared shitless. You hear a gunshot. Cameron and Allison go in. And this just sets up the beginning of the last, like 25 minutes of the movie. And they find, again, here, he actually uses a photo to display this couple, but he got the bodies wrong. He switched them.
Yeah,
Remember
but
Big
he's still,
John, yeah.
he's still trying to be artistic,
He's
right?
It's art. No one understands my art. But how he gets Cameron when it's like, this is like, when he's walking, and he sees the closet, like he's going to the closet. He knows that like it's either one of those back bedrooms or the fucking closet. Like he knows that's where he's at. And he's got the gun out and then the drip, and he looks up and sees his dead fucking dad stuffed in the attic door.
Yep.
But when Michael busts out there, like the way he just comes out of that fucking closet, oh Jesus, that was beautiful.
I mean, he fucks him up. And what's
Oh,
amazing is he keeps slamming his head through the railings, and like, and he leaves him, and you're like, oh, wow, I'm kind of surprised.
Paralyzed, clearly.
Like the dude is not moving any arms, legs, or anything.
He's not moving anything.
And it's crazy because she's down at the bottom of the stairs, and she's like, and he walks.
When she falls down, can we talk about her leg?
Yeah, no, we don't. We don't.
No,
need
Hunter,
to.
what happened to her leg?
There's a bone thing. It's
no, it's not even a bone thing. It's like a hip literally
God
going the
damn
wrong
it, I
way,
know.
dude. That was ugly looking.
But you have the showdown. He's coming down the stairs, and I was just thinking, like, wow, I guess he's gonna not kill that dude. And then he stops and goes, "Oh yeah, you're
breathing.
Yeah,
Stop
you're
making noise.
Oh yeah, you're breathing. Yeah, you're bringing attention to yourself." And I thought for a minute there, and this would have been what he did was pretty badass, but I thought he was just gonna raise his arm and just pound it, and like the dad in 2018, where the neck is farther back than the neck should go. I thought he was gonna do that and just take his arm and go down with it. He still twisted it. That was cool. I just thought, like, he was gonna pound the head.
It was still really fucking.
But still, yeah.
But then so the whole setup with Karen, coming at the right time, which of course,
yeah,
and tricking him into the street over. Now, I will say can we talk about this was in the trailer? The walk through the alley as Karen's running and then it turns back and shows him. God, fuck, that walk is awesome. Like James U. Courtney nailed that shit. Like that, that whole scene without his mask on. Can we talk about how the camera work was done so well?
It was very reminiscent of they hit you at different angles and everything, and they almost and you think okay, and he's walking towards the camera, and then the camera pans down, and then there's another scene where they're falling from behind, and the camera goes around him just enough, but you don't see his face.
Or like
they kept fucking with you, which was awesome.
When it shows Karen outside telling him with the mask, and he shows him out on the porch, but it's blurred out, and she's in focus, you're like, you motherfuckers. Which, I mean, we all know what James Courtney looks like. He's been at cons. It's just awesome that they refuse.
Exactly.
And
you'll get a little bit here and there, like the eyes that's kind of sunken in, like, but you don't get one straight ahead shot. You can play the pause game.
Burnt underneath when he puts his mask back on when he's fighting the townspeople. That setup was cool. I
is weird to have such a victorious moment and then cut back.
Michael let that happen.
I know, but I'm just saying. But you have the score during it too. It's just like, we did it. We're beating your ass. Fuck you, Michael. And then
you don't stop. That's the thing. You just don't stop.
And then it's almost like, and he went, "Are y'all done? Are y'all done?
Yeah.
Y'all done?" Because
was that the big final moment? Stabbed me in the back of the neck.
Did y'all not hear about what I did to the firefighters that had bigger and better fucking weapons than y'all motherfuckers have? So fucks them all up,
dude. I was just like, I remember when I first saw him, like, no way. Like, no way. Like you don't stop. You do not stop with Michael. The problem is, like with Karen, like if she'd just taken the pitchfork and stabbed him in the fucking head, instead of throwing it to the side, like, what the fuck is wrong with people, dude?
It's double tap. It's simple. Right. Double tap.
Seriously.
Man. She stabbed him one time. She, my job's done. Like, have you not watched anything? Like, come on.
Anyway.
But let's get to that very last shot.
I was not expecting that at all.
And that was awesome. As she goes up there, she's in that
Michael spot.
Watching
out the window. Oh, and she sees young Michael in the window.
Yeah.
Before she goes in.
Yeah.
Because there's a whole reference to, like, he wasn't looking out. He was actually looking at himself in the reflection in the mirror.
Yeah.
Or in the window. Remember, like, they talk about he wasn't looking out at Haddonfield. He was looking at himself, But
you get that. She's up there, and he pops up. And now
she got
he's like,
bloody, too.
Yeah, and that's the thing. And man, I'll be honest, it's two different genres. But man, you want to talk about, I had that same kind of Empire Strikes Back feeling because Michael has just killed Laurie's daughter. Like,
Yeah.
that's fucking it.
That's it.
And
yeah.
then like you get that shot of Laura, and she's just like, this is going down to the final. Like, there's a throwdown.
Well, before we get, that's pretty much wrapped up the movie. But before we get to it, so I have read some things about kills that, and it's not a spoiler for the movie, but apparently there is a 4-year time jump.
Really?
Yeah.
No shit. That shocks me. But I guess you kind of
and that might be misinformation, but it was, you know, it had quotes from David Gordon Green in the interview.
It makes sense though, because they stress she's not doing too well. Like, she tries to get up, she gets kicked
she needs somebody like a dumbass and busts her stitches.
So you want to give her a little healing time, ammo up a little bit, set forth another setup trap. But here's the thing: is that, you know,
where's Michael? I hope we don't get Rob Zombie too, Michael. Like, where's he gonna go for 4 years?
Yeah, I know.
Like, what the fuck's he gonna do for 4 years?
But in the same instance, I feel like they kind of set up here too. He wasn't motivated to get her. The doctor brought her.
Yeah.
He wasn't going for her. And because, you know, you get to when he first puts the mask on, he's just house to house making his way.
So is he now to his house?
Yeah.
So is he now motivated for her? Like, is that a motivation now? How if he's not motivated for her, how do they do a 4-year time jump? And
I'll
then
throw
they
this
still
out
cross
there.
Paths?
We see another house on fire. And that's her going, fuck you, asshole. Set that house on fire. Now, to quote all the sequels of all time, it's personal.
So that's
there is no window to look out of because that fucking house is charred, all right?
Yeah. That's actually a really good point.
Yeah.
That's really, I mean,
she sets it up.
But we missed we say that like we can't think of another way, but we also missed the fact he hid in the fucking gun cabinet, basically, the whole goddamn time. Idiots. But that is something I read, and it talks about, like, in there, it says it in the article, and then it goes to a quote from David Gordon Green saying that there is a bit of a time jump. So, unless that was bullshit and misdirection, apparently it's not going to finish up on the same night. Which makes sense, because by now it's like fucking almost dawn.
She's got to fucking heal. I mean, give her at least a little bit.
But also, by now, it's almost dawn. Like, what? How long are the nights in fucking Haddonfield, Illinois?
Exactly.
Like, Jesus Christ. So, I guess it's going to wrap up this Halloween Kills on the Chopping Block episode. It survived. It did. I mean, I saw it twice. I enjoyed it. The reason I say that it was not as good as 18, because I didn't leave feeling the same about it. And I thought about why that was. Was it because I hadn't seen a really good Halloween movie in a while when I walked out of seeing 18? No, it was just because 18 was better. 18 was just done better.
I think the pacing was better, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
28 Kills falls under this, like, the pacing is good at a certain point, and then right when you get past, like, the inmate killing himself, the pacing kind of goes askew.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like at that part, which is basically the beginning of the third act, the pacing just kind of gets, they want to go fast, they want to slow down, and they're not doing it. Like, I feel like before that, there was enough where it was like, kill, story, you know, it was enough of everything. That the pacing in the last third, I thought, was just a little too much.
But, I mean, it passed for me. I mean,
I
have little things here or there, but overall, fuck, man, I'm going to watch this. I'm going to own this movie.
Fuck,
I mean,
dude. I'm already, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I pre-ordered the shirt before the movie, and I don't regret pre-ordering the shirt. Like, Fright Rags, Halloween Kills shirt. They got a long sleeve, too. Go get that shit.
Yeah, I put it kind of as satisfactory as Halloween 2 was with Halloween, where there's stuff you can pick out here or there, but overall, it's a satisfying movie. Mm-hmm. It follows that first one. This is a satisfying movie that follows 2018.
Yes, agreed. So hit us up, lowdownbrown.gy@gmail.com. Let us know what you think about Halloween Kills. Hopefully you've seen it by now. This episode is releasing like literally a week after it is dropped in theaters.
I mean, any good horror fan is going to see
Jesus
it.
Fucking Christ. But let us know what you think. Let us know if you agree or disagree. If you liked it, didn't like it. We want your feedback. We want to know what you think. Also, go to GIPodcast.com. Check out all the other shows on the network. Go to our links page. Check out our Amazon link and shop through Amazon. Buy any last-minute Halloween spooky stuff you want. It doesn't matter how long it's up. It's the fact that you put it up.
That's
It'll
right.
Be there for next year. Fucking right. And also, Christmas is right around the corner, so you might as well get a jump on that shit, too, because you know that's
the
money.
It. Yeah, it's
dude.
quick, man.
Fuck. And go to our link TeePublic. That's where all the merch is for all the shows on the network. Everyone's got designs. Some just random designs, some show specific, but you can get on anything you think of. Good shit there. And as always, embrace the madness.
us at GUIpodcast.com.
Mike the Hobbit here,
Lowdown Brown.
inviting you to check out Geek Some of the Influence, a podcast that pairs booze with conversation with good friends.
And a little nerd culture.
We get a lot of colorful conversation out of our episodes, but it is here for everyone, no gatekeeping.
Always level up everything we do.
We'll punch up, never punch down.
Exactly.
So check out Geeks Under the Influence everywhere you get your podcasts and join us or die.
Shut the fuck up, Hobbit. Welcome to GUI Nights.
GUI Nights.
Yeah, I am Lowdown Brown. With me as always,
Mike the Hobbit.
this is the tangential side of GUI.
This is like so many of those other shows that has the after the show bit mixed with a little bit of Baywatch Nights, so it's a little sexier. It's a little bit after hours.
Also while tying it into the previous episode of GUI. So look forward to that too, because this comes out the week after the flagship hour-long episode.
So make sure to check out GUI Nights, and when you're done, you can...
Go the fuck home.
In a world ravaged by movie studios that keep rehashing the same things, only one podcaster has the guts to make it even worse. Join Mike the Hobbit as he traverses the internet to bring you some of the best and worst ideas for reboots, remakes, and reimaginings of some of your favorite and least favorite TV and film properties. Ideas like a John Waters He-Man movie, Fantastic Four the musical, and Aliens, done entirely with marionettes. What podcast would bring this evil upon the world? This is Smack My Pitch Up. Available anywhere you get your podcasts.
Hey guys, Scotty Big Daddy Preston here, that's right, the Geek Father, asking you to join me here every other week with friends and family of the GUI Network as we go through all the trials and tribulations of being a geeky parent. So remember, join us or cry.
My name is Amy Bogard,
And I'm Mike the Hobbit.
and we are the hosts of Deeply Upsetting, where we use our expertise to answer your most upsetting hypothetical quandaries, such as, what non-winged animal deserves wings?
And what body part deserves a secret mouth?
Which cryptid is the worst roommate?
These questions and more that plague you will be answered on Deeply Upsetting, available anywhere you get your podcasts and at GUIpodcast.com.